Here's an easy trick you can do with an ordinary deck of cards. You shuffle it, or you give it to somebody else to shuffle. Doesn't matter. And then they can shuffle it as many times as they want. You show them that cards are all random. And then you say to them this. No matter how many times you shuffle a deck of cards, they maintain a sort of order. Because if I cut the deck anywhere and look at this card and see how many cards there are in that pile, I know this is the 8 of diamonds. Cut the deck anywhere, look at this one, see how many cards there are in that pile, tells me this is the 5 of hearts. Looking at that card tells me this is the Queen of Hearts. This card, and the number of cards in that big pile, tells me this is the 5 of diamonds. I can just keep doing this. However, I have a confession to make. I don't need to look at any cards. This is the 7 of hearts. This is the 2 of spades. And this is the ace of spades. And that's that. No, I've been doing that trick for decades. As a high school teacher, I'd wander the hall and I'd see kids playing, maybe it's at lunch and they're sitting down in the hall or playing some deck of cards. And I go and say, hey, Tony, why don't you shuffle that deck first? And of course, they've been playing for half an hour. The deck's well shuffled. But sir, we did shuffle the deck. They're taking pity on me for my stupidity, right? I say, well, just a minute. Do you mind? I pick up the deck and I show them. You really think that's shuffled, do you, Tony? Do you? And then I go through that trick. Well, of course, they're dazzled. So I'll show you how to do it. Now, magicians never show their trick. That's a rule, right? And I'm in the great Bob Harley's magic club, and I would never dream of showing you how to do any trick that Bob taught us. But I'll teach you this one because I made this one up. Okay? So all you have to do when you show them that the deck is shuffled, you have to memorize the top card, Queen of Hearts. Okay? Now, you'll be the magician and I'll be the audience. Okay? So this is you. You have memorized the top card. You put the deck down near you and you cut it towards your audience. What's that card? You know what that card is, right? You just looked at it. It's the Queen of Hearts. So you say, well, if I look at this card, memorize that, 8 of Hearts, and see how many cards there are in there, which you don't care. That's just a pretend. You know that this one is the Queen of Hearts, and you pick it up and you show it to your audience. I'm the audience, right? Put it back down. Take this one and put it on top of that one. Pull it towards you and cut it towards the audience again. This is the card you just looked at. So you say, by looking at this card, I know that this one is the 8 of Hearts. Show it to your audience. Take this one and put it on top of this one. Pull back towards your stomach and cut forward. By looking at this card, you know that this one is the, do you remember it? It was 6 of clubs. Show it. You're right. This goes on top of that. goes back towards you, and cut forward. You can keep doing this all day, right? But for the grand finale, of course, by the way, do you remember what that was? It was 2 of hearts, so when you just looked at. For the grand finale, you cut it in 3. Oops, there we go. That's the original one. And you say, I don't have to look at anything. This one's a 2 of hearts, remember? I don't have to look at anything. 2 of hearts, 2 of clubs, and 8 of hearts. And you put them down. 2 of hearts. And you throw down 2 of hearts, 2 of clubs, 8 of hearts.